Hello, this is Trevor from The Digressor. Welcome to my second podcast where I review movies. I call it Casablanca. I know you're probably thinking, wait, this isn't a blog, this is a podcast. Well, yeah, that's I noticed that. I actually took the name from a blog I used to do regularly called, you guessed it, Casablanca. I would review movies that I consider to be the greatest of all time. That is not what I'm doing here. I'm just reviewing movies. I had a second blog where I reviewed movies, and I called it The Desolation of Blog because, puns. And that's where I did my regular movie reviews. That name wouldn't work as a podcast. It's too long and hard to spell. It was my blog, and I kept misspelling desolation because, big word. And so I chose Casablanca because it's easy to remember, and it's a pun. I like puns. Even though this isn't a blog, I I tried thinking of a podcast one, Casapada. No, I don't know. Uh, anyway, for this podcast, I will be reviewing new movies, old movies, lesser known movies, very popular movies, any movies, maybe even some TV shows. However, I did have a blog for that called The Walking Blog, but I only did like three shows. I did N with an E, American Idol, and Castle Rock. That's three. Did I say three? I might have said two. Anyway, um, I had a video game one called The Elder Blog and a music one called Blogthoven. These are all weren't all separate websites. It was if you go to the blogaboutwhatever.wordpress.com, it's still there as one big blog called The Blog, and it was like a series of blogs within one big blog. It's confusing. I don't really update it anymore. I will more than likely be taking some of my reviews from my old reviews and like updating them because it was like 10 years ago. Oh wow. Wow. Saying it out loud like that just really, wow. Yeah, I will definitely be reviewing some of those movies that I reviewed there. As long as well as also reviewing new ones. I've already recorded one episode. It's I watched The Black Phone today, and I've actually been thinking about this for a while. This isn't something I just spur of the moment decided to do, but it's walking out of the theater after watching Black Phone. I was like, "Yep, I've got to do this. I can't talk about it. I've got to actually do it." So here I am. And it was that good of a movie. It actually spawned a podcast that I technically had already been thinking about. So that doesn't really count. I just needed a little push, a little nudge in that direction. I was on the fence. I was kind of tipping toward. Anyway, this is just a good intro saying, "Hey, this is what the podcast is." I also plan on keeping the episodes under 30 minutes. I don't want to make 2-hour reviews of movies. I'm not Kevin Smith or Red Letter Media. I can't make reviews longer than the movies themselves. That would be overwhelming. So I will try to keep these short, and hopefully I can do that because if you listen to The Digressor, you know I tend to ramble, and there's a reason I named it The Digressor. And so these will be shorter episodes, and hopefully that's my hope. There might occasionally be longer episodes, maybe like special occasions. I might have guests on sometimes. I have no plans for guests. I have literally only told my sister about this. She is the only person I have told about this. With that being said, this is the end of the introduction episode. I will be uploading this and the first episode, which is my review of The Black Thumb at the same time. So if you can see this episode, you can see the other one uploaded. Hopefully, unless you're seeing this like immediately and it hasn't gone through the system yet, which that would probably be like a 2 minute difference. So perfect timing on your case. Anyway, I'm going to end this here and start listening to the other episode right now.